For the Flintstone Service Center, UMP Modifieds. Next time you need some tire needs, head on over to Flintstone Service Center. Tell them Will the Thrill sent you. Casey Butler and Caden Alexander are going to bring us to the green with Jason King and Ryan Markham right behind him. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's modified time at Wayne County War Green. Out of turn number 2, it's going to be Caden Alexander leading the charge in this one. Markham runs in second. Casey Butler, Jason King battle for the third spot, 3 wide for second. Alexander going to lead the opening lap. Alexander out in front. Markham runs in the second spot. Battle for the 4th spot heating up between Jason King and Sook Wiles. Sook working the bottom, King working the top side. Last time by, Caden Alexander had a 9/10 of a second lead over the 5 of Ryan Markham. Markham starting to come alive in this one. Take a look at the gap this time by. It's down to just half a second. Markham is coming. Alexander going to run the low side. Markham still goes up to the top side, down the front straightaway. It's still Alexander out in front. All 3 drivers running the top side. Down the front straightaway. 6/10 of a second separate the 16 and the 5 as we got a yellow. Ronald Fulmer in the 22 car goes around to bring out this Bucks Auto Sales yellow flag. Looks like Tyler Wiles headed to the infield work area. Get Fulmer refired. Watching the gap between Caden Alexander and Ryan Markham. At one point, Caden had about an 8/10 of a second lead, and at another point, is about a half a second lead. Wondering if Markham maybe is trying to go easy on the tires. Casey Butler runs the 3rd spot. How about Jason King? His first appearance here of the season at Wayne County Speedway, and he's running in 4th right now. And Sook Wiles currently right now in your top 5. Checking some debris over in turn number 2 as well. So looks like the 187 of Tyler Wiles gets that car back together, and he's going to tag the tail end of the field. 6 laps in the books, 14 laps left to go. Alrighty. Good one to go this time. Caden Alexander, your race leader. Ryan Markham in second. Casey Butler in third. Jason King runs in fourth. Took Wiles in fifth. Jimmy Humphrey up into sixth. Had to start on the tail. I think they actually loaded that car up, went and got a part, and then drove back with it. Alexander elects to go to the top side. Six down, 14 laps left to go for Flint's Tire and Service Center UMP Modifieds. Set to rock and roll here out of 4. Green's back out. Alexander gets a good restart. Ryan Markham right there with him. Alexander works the top side. Markham going to try to run the middle. Markham and Alexander drag race down the front straightaway. It was Markham, .004 at the line. Markham tries to slide up front of Alexander. Caden going to drive right back around him. Hold on to that lead. Down the front straightaway. It's still Alexander. Markham all over the back bumper of that 16 car. Markham now going to go to the top side as Caden goes down to the bottom. Coming in on lap 9. Jimmy Humphrey now going to try and join the mix. Has one around in turn 4. Caution flag coming out for the 22 of Ronald Fulmer. Also hearing some debris over in the top of turn number 2 that we got to clean up. Sounds like something might have happened with the 187 of Tyler Wiles. Oh, yeah. He's got a... That thing is tore up. Heavy damage to that right rear of the 187. So Alexander looks to go to the top side once again. Green flag next time by. Here we go. Nine laps down, 11 laps left to go in this one. Out of turn 4, green is out. Problems for the 60 of Jimmy Humphrey. Problems for the 60 of Jimmy Humphrey. Some of that right rear exploded. The tire. Gonna have to pick up some debris here. So tough break for Jimmy Humphreys tonight, hearing that he actually might have went and grabbed a whole new car from Loudonville to run as he broke something in hot laps. And Tyler Wiles, the 187, pulls off. Once again, Alexander looks to go to the top side, put a Markham on the bottom. King, Butler, and now Brent Kaufman, your top 5. Out of turn 4, green's back out. Caden Alexander still showing the way. Open up a pretty sizable gap over the 5 of Ryan Markham. Markham works the top side. Alexander works the middle. Halfway home in this one. Now the 89 of Jason King takes a look to the bottom of Casey Butler. Butler going to work the top side. King works down on the bottom. Ryan Markham all over the back bumper of Caden Alexander. Alexander still works the bottom. Here comes Markham running around the top. Problems for Took Wiles. Off the pace coming out of turn number 4. Caution. Took Wiles having some issues. Can't tell if it might have been a tire down or what happened, but that car was slow and bouncing. So tough break for Took Wiles. We'll push him into the infield. And we'll pick up some debris. So we'll get him doubled up here. Caden Alexander goes to the top side. 12 laps in the books. 8 laps left to go in this one. It's Caden Alexander, Ryan Markham, Jason King, Casey Butler, and Brent Kaufman. Out of turn 4, Green's back out. Out of turn number 2. Alexander and Markham running almost identical lap lines. Alexander runs the bottom, tries to slide up the track, and he's going to lead as we go into lap number 13. Ryan Markham still hanging. Alexander still trying to make that bottom side work. As had a huge head of steam coming out of turn number 4. Alexander still elects to go to the bottom. Markham going to try to run the top again. 5 to go. 5. Second. Last time by Markham. Markham bops off the wall a little bit. Coming in with 3 laps left to go. Jesse Griffiths, the 22G, pulls off. Looking like it's going to come down to a drag race. 2 to go this time by. Markham still works the top line. Now Markham gets a run. They touch down the front straightaway. Alexander slides up the racetrack. Markham goes back to the bottom. White flag gonna fly. Markham, Alexander running almost identical lines. Markham's gonna have 4 more corners to get to him. He's at the back bumper. Down the back way. It's gonna be a move going into turn 3. Alexander goes low. Markham goes high. They'll drag race out of turn number 4. Caden Alexander's first win. First time in his career, he'll bring the number 16 modified down to Summit Racing victory lane. "17 years of age and a 4th generation driver." Climbing out of the car, your feature winner, Caden Alexander. Hey, who brought the Clippers? Oh boy, Caden. You're going to win a race, man. First off, these fans. Come on, let's say somebody's fans.
Man, I can't thank everybody. All these fans, they're amazing. I've been digging for this win, and I'm so happy I got it.
It couldn't have come in any more exciting fashion. Ryan Markham was on your tail. He never had you out of a second gap. You had him right there the whole time, and even a little bit of contact coming out of turn 4 there with about 3 to go.
Yeah, I knew he was there, but I didn't know he was right there. And then I knew he was going to go to the top, so I had to pull a slider on that. I think it was 2 to go or whatever. And, man, I knew he was right there. But he's always clean. He's one of the best, so I'm happy about it.
You always talk about trying different lines. I know you talked a lot about the bottom of 3 and 4 after your heat race. And it's I think you found that right line, running the bottom in 3 and 4 and running the top in 1 and 2.
Yeah, actually, I've watched a bunch of videos from my grandpa and my dad and all them, and they've always ran that line. So I tried to top up there, but I think my whole car bounced at one point, so I was like, I better go down.
All right, you and I have talked about this. Who all do you got to thank on this car?
I think especially my great-grandpa Dean, my grandpa Chet, my grandpa Sean, my dad, everybody on the crew, all my sponsors, Middleton Mechanical, J&J Transport, Orville Plumbing and Heating, Smitley Towing, Catrone Trucking, Ty Torg Racing, Tally Bears, Stutzman Free Range Eggs, just everybody, Afterburner, Angry Duck Graphics, just T-Bone, Amy, everybody. They help out a lot, so.
How special is it, too, now? You're going to go home, change that Facebook page from 4 generations of racing to 4 generations of winning.
It's amazing.
A lot of fun to watch you. Congrats. Ladies and gentlemen, Caden Alexander.